John Longstreet, and welcome to another edition of the Longstreet Beat. I'm excited to have with me today our Director of Government Affairs, Melissa Bova. Melissa, thanks for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
You didn't think you'd still be working on the Hill all the way into July, did you?
You're at least not this late into July.
So what's going on?
Kind of similar to last year. They got a budget done by June 30th, but couldn't get all the other bills done on time. What has been happening is the House and Senate have been playing ping pong with a few bills. They're now down to one bill that they're playing ping pong with. We'll see if the House decides to deal with the Senate amendments they put in yesterday. So we'll see if we're done or if we still have another few weeks ahead of us. So we're waiting and seeing right now.
We thought when we scheduled this interview that we would be able to talk about all the things that had happened, the final outcomes, and not only has that not happened, but we don't even have a budget signed yet, do we?
No, we do not. Governor Corbett made it very clear he wanted pension reform. He initially wanted pension reform and liquor reform, backed off of liquor when he realized that wasn't going to go anywhere, said he wanted pensions, couldn't get that either. We expect a decision from him by the end of this week. So by this coming Thursday the 10th or Friday the 11th, where he will decide if he's going to sign the budget, not sign the budget, or take some items of the budget out to force the legislature to deal with his priorities.
Wow. So every year is ping pong. They always have ping pong with things. They're trading off this issue for that issue, slipping this into the bill and that into the bill. But this has been a much different year. And what's the dynamic that's made that so much more difficult this year?
It's an election year. Governor Corbett is up for re-election. All of the House is up for re-election, and 25 members of the 50-member Senate are up for re-election. And it is a tough year. Governor Corbett has not had an easy time of it. As we like to say, the Democrats smell the blood in the water, and normally while they would negotiate a little bit, they don't feel the need to negotiate, which has made discussions and moving forward on legislative priorities more difficult. And for the most part, no one wants to make a heavy lift when they could just go home and campaign for re-election. So,
I guess that makes sense. Well, look, in general terms about your job, you have a tough job. I know that it must be very frustrating to try to work with people that don't always seem to be focused on doing what's best for the citizens, and yet you go back every day, smile on your face, and get stuff done. What excites you about this job?
The industry itself excites me. Representing the hospitality industry and the varied size of our members, the various businesses we represent, really helps me articulate our arguments on the Hill. And I like a challenge. It's being a lobbyist and fighting for legislation. It's like a puzzle, you know? You know you need to get an amendment here, or you know you need to get 3 legislators to vote over there, and you just kind of have to put the pieces of the puzzle together, and it's different every single day.
You seem to be incredibly effective at getting people to talk to you. And I know that a salesperson would say the hardest thing is getting in the door in the first place and getting someone to talk to you. How is it that people want to talk to you?
I have spent my career being honest and being friendly. I'm a friendly person, and I tell people as it is. If I don't agree with a legislator, I'm honest and say, we're not with you there, and they appreciate that, and I appreciate it when they're like that to me. So if you have that open communication, that friendship with the legislators, you know, you're going to have that dialogue and you're going to achieve your goals.
Sounds like transparency.
Transparency is very important in government and for those who lobby the government.
Yeah, well, that's great. Well, I've had a chance to see you in action on the Hill a little bit since I've been here, and I'm amazed at how people don't run from you when you come, even though sometimes you're pretty demanding with what you want. So look, if you could change one thing about the job that frustrates you, that would make it much more fun to go to work every day, what would it be?
I actually said this last night to our state lobbyist, Lou Bianchi from the Glease Associates. The most frustrating thing is when you do everything you possibly can to achieve a goal. You have dotted all of your I's, crossed all your T's, and you still can't get it across the finish line. And there's nothing you can do about it. That is by far the most frustrating thing.
What one resource could you use more of in order to more effectively do your job?
Engagement from our members.
Really?
I can tell the story of our members, but it's the members telling the story of their business to their legislators that is most effective. And bringing legislators to their business and taking them on a tour and saying, this is the impact minimum wage will have on me. This is the impact a tax increase will have on me. this is why I need liquor reform. This is why hotel taxes need to go to tourism promotion and not pet projects of a certain area. That dialogue is much more important and impactful than what I can say in a meeting on the Hill.
So that allows you to put a face on the issue.
Exactly.
And that's what really works for legislators.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When they're advocating on behalf of you, they're not telling the story I told them. They're telling the story of the hotel in their district that would be impacted.
Right.
And the job loss or the job impact that any piece of legislation would have. That's the story they're telling, not my story.
Excellent. Well, members, you've heard it from Melissa. What you need to do is to get engaged when she calls you and help her put a face on the issue. Melissa, thanks so much for being with me today.
Thank you.
Keep up the great work, and I hope that you get some big wins in these last few days of the session.
We're working on it.
Yeah. I'm John Longstreet with another edition of the Longstreet Beat, and I'll see you again next time.